Okay, great. So I'm here with Marius Fernandes, the Festamkar of Goa. Marius, great meeting you again and again. No matter how many times I meet you, it's always great. So
Yeah.
we're doing our own little passoi. We are at what's the park?
The children's garden in
Okay,
Panjim.
it's the
Yeah.
children's garden, and let's hope that we can, not get thrown out of this one. So Marius, congratulations on the 101st festival of Goa.
Yes.
101st one, which just completed 2 days back in Valpoi.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, just give us a little bit of background about how you came up with the whole festival idea
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Clive. Welcome to Goa. Every time you come, there's always something happening. Yeah, so our journey began in 1999, which is almost 25 years ago. And I left the UK to come and do, something different. Yeah, everyone has a dream, and I've always been dreaming. We arrived in Goa, and at that time, when I'd come 2019, 99, we soon realized that everything in Goa was around money. People could not think to do anything without money. They
Yeah.
needed money first, and then they would go forward.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to do something which was different. If no, there was no point of me coming to Goa.
Yeah.
Okay, so we come up with an idea of trying to be inclusive and getting all communities on board.
Yeah.
And at that time, when I was telling my friends, this is what's going to happen, they said, oh, no, another one has come from abroad trying
Yeah.
to.
Trying to do something different. Yeah. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
The
So,
dreams in their eyes.
so the thing about all this was, I could see a gap in the market in Goa.
Yeah.
So first thing was to do it without money. Second thing is to get everybody on board. When I did my first event, straight away I realized that a lot of women and children were attending.
Yeah.
And realized why they attended, but they knew there was no alcohol. With no alcohol, there's always, less action, Everything in Goa is controlled by men.
Yeah.
Everything's done. So the latest fest that I did yesterday was an example. It was called Mudasanche Fest. Mudas in Konkani means going for a break. So 1st of May, all the schools, colleges, everyone's on holiday.
Yeah.
So people travel across Goa, meeting each other, going to different towns. So I'd come up with this idea of going for a break. So Mudas. And 90% of the people who turned up and people who volunteered and helped were women.
Yeah.
And with their children. So women, they in Goa, they've got so many skills: dancing, cooking, sharing knowledge, and the bonus is they bring their kids with them.
Correct.
Yeah. So we are now already planting seeds at a very young age. The young children are involved, and yesterday we had so many of them involved, singing, dancing, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the idea, and now it has become unstoppable because there's hardly anything in Goa for women.
Yeah. And this you started now what? 25 years?
Yeah, 1999.
1999.
Yeah,
Wow.
but-
And do you remember what your first festival
Oh
was?
yeah. First festival. As soon as I came to Goa, I had to start work. This was my work. Only thing, this work did not have a sick pay, no holiday pay, no pension, nothing.
Yeah.
But that's a dream I had.
Yeah.
And it was about being individually social responsible. Yeah, everybody do your own bit. They say
Yeah.
in this world at the moment,
Yeah.
only 5% of the world is giving and 95% is taking.
Right.
So we are hoping through this idea more and more people will start sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
First event, the trial was done in my own school of Our Lady of Diwar High School
Okay.
on Diwar Island. We
Okay.
did a 15-day summer camp.
15 days summer camp.
Yes,
Wow.
the idea was that, and in that summer camp, I then got my friends from different parts of Goa to come, one per day. So I'll tell you now, I can remember Alexis, the cartoonist, had come on one day. Historian Prajal Sakadande came another day. Roland
Yeah.
Martins came, Mangal
Yeah.
Braganza. So
Yeah.
this was 25 years ago.
Right.
And they came on different days, and they contributed their skills and knowledge. And after 15 days, whatever the kids had learned, we had a special event where they showcased their talents.
Right.
And that's when I realized, oh my God, God has got so much skills,
Yeah.
so much information,
Yeah.
and
Now I remember like going to a few of your festivals, and everything is very unique. Like most people think of a dance festival, think of music festival, they think of rave parties in Goa, but your festivals are totally unique. There's
Yeah.
a template to it. It's very Goa based, and if I remember correctly, there is no commercials involved.
No.
It's all by the villagers, for the villagers,
Yeah.
right?
So
Just tell us a couple of
Yeah.
the unique parts
So
about
as
it. Like,
soon as I
yeah.
came, the first thing is I had to have my own 10 commandments.
yeah,
Yeah, so no chief guest was the main one.
yeah,
With no chief guest, everybody who attends was the chief guest.
right.
No sponsors. Yeah, no money at our festivals. Everybody had to, contribute with their own skills.
Right.
No plastic, no prizes for anyone. Because it's very easy when you start giving prizes. Somebody wins first prize, somebody wins second prize,
Yeah.
and then there's bitterness, and
Yeah.
there was no competition among ourselves. So all these rules at the beginning, people found it really unusual.
Yeah.
I mean, why? No. But then I kept saying, it's not all no.
Yeah,
There is a
nobody,
yes.
Nobody in Goa would think of festival without alcohol.
Yes, I
But
mean
you
it
did
was.
it, and you did it now for 100
Yeah,
festivals.
yeah. No, and now they don't even ask, because when they
It's
come.
understood.
Yeah, so like yesterday, I'll just give you an example. When we started, I had a fashion show highlighting the Kunbi cloth.
Yeah,
As soon as I finished that, I had something called Balkancho Ghazali. Somebody talks about the history of Valpoi. After that, we went for a passoi around the venue.
Yeah.
And the passoi was showing people how to catch fish using a net, which in Goa is called pager. Then we had something else, so continuous there is activity.
Yeah.
So you don't have time to think about alcohol or anything else.
yeah, correct.
And at 1 o'clock usually at our festival there is free food available.
And
food.
all cooked by the villagers.
All,
by the
yeah,
local.
and all unique food.
Yeah.
So yesterday was food from the 70s and 80s of early Goa, which has almost gone extinct.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit earlier about khotkote. And
Yeah,
how,
I mean,
just tell me
amazing.
about khotkote
Yeah.
and because I know of one recipe of khotkote, but what you told me is totally different.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So every village you go, they have some unique recipes. So a friend of ours in Valpoi, Philip Dioni, said, "Oh, I'm going to do khotkote." And I thought it's the khotkote that you were thinking about.
Yeah.
But when I went there, we were amazed. He had about 30 cashews. He took all the juice out in front of us because he was showing us. Got all the juice out, drained in the container now, has got this juice, and he puts it on fire. 3 stones
It's
on the
all
fire.
coconut juice.
No, cashew juice.
Cashew juice.
Yeah.
And it's Nero.
Neither,
basically.
yeah, nothing. And this guy for 1 hour is stirring.
So juice with what else?
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
No, first
Okay.
he's got to make it thick. So,
Okay.
and then later on he had some cashew nuts ready
Yeah.
and peanuts.
Right.
He crushed them and then he put that all in there.
Okay.
And after about an hour and a half, it got really thick.
Yeah.
And usually, apparently, you are supposed to keep it to dry and you can actually cut it. It's like chicky.
Yeah.
So in Goa, this was apparently a normal thing in the 60s in Goa, khotkote, but made of cashew
Yeah.
juice.
Correct.
So you had that dish, and then later on he said, "Oh, I'll show you another one." So he gets a huge jackfruit, but not ripe. Cuts it, opens the whole thing up. They make slices. They get onion, chilies, put it in the handi, and they made a jackfruit bhaji.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean all these things like we are not
Raw.
even aware.
Yeah.
So you had that, you had this, and then the last one that they made was cashew cake.
Cashew cake.
Yeah. Oh man, they gave me that thing to eat, and it was like having urak. No cashew. I mean cake. I mean these things exist in the villages of Goa,
Yeah.
and this festival of ours empowers people to think differently.
Yeah. So now I know like there are so many different festivals that you've had from Mati HF Fest to
Gumkaja Fest,
Fest.
Ambache Fest,
Right.
Jackfruit, Portsaja
Yeah.
Fest, everything's been covered.
Right.
And in different parts of Goa.
Right.
Goa is so unique that everywhere is different, the dialect is different, the people are different, languages.
Yeah.
There are some villages that recently I went in Chinchini, almost every young man is on the cruise line.
On the cruise line.
Yeah, and when they come back, they come with their ideas. You go to another place where everybody works in the field. So when you go and meet all these people,
They have their
all
own
over,
ideas.
they have their own identity and their own skills.
Yeah.
I've done lots of festivals in Pororim, Sukur. There the people were different.
Yeah.
But everywhere that I've been in schools, colleges, Goa, and I mean probably even India in future.
So what keeps you motivated? What keeps you
No, I
going?
mean-
because it's just an amazing thing that you use the villagers from there, all local people, your own team,
Yeah.
and there's no commercial activity involved. So
no.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, really, it's mind blowing to think that you've been doing it for 25 years now, 101 festivals.
Yeah.
And one would think, okay, sometimes some people do it, as a flash, and
Yeah.
they can sustain it for a couple of months.
Mm.
But you've just been doing it for
Yeah.
25 years
Yeah,
now. So,
yeah.
real question: how do you keep yourself motivated?
No,
And,
you see, I mean,
what's the secret?
The secret, I'll tell you, I've not had any education. I've not been to school as such.
Okay.
Because I was born in Africa, in the jungles, no schooling. Came to Goa, we had 2 years schooling here, and when I went to the UK, I was above 16, no school. So only 2 years. I think differently from everybody I know. And most people, think that, you need money, you need to have connections, and I think the opposite. I don't think about anything to do with money.
Yeah.
I think how can we empower the next person we see,
Yeah.
and I can see skills in everybody wherever I go.
Yeah.
So I on the spot can come up with a festival if somebody approaches me. So I know, like, if they call me in Lotoli, what type of festival I have in my head.
Yeah.
In Lotoli, I would think of Mario Miranda.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Of course, yeah.
You'll go some other place and I'll think of a footballer, and around them I'll create a fest.
Yeah.
And I must be lucky because Goa has got so much skills.
Yeah.
Really, everywhere we go.
But as you know, with every human adventure and endeavor, there's always hardships and difficulties.
No,
and all
it's
that.
a lonely
How do you-
journey.
Yeah, so how do you? It's a lonely journey, exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to get people together
Yeah,
to?
it's a
to do
lonely
this thing?
journey. It's a lonely journey
Yeah.
because there's no money involved.
Exactly.
Secondly, people can I'm completely misunderstood by a lot of people.
Yeah.
How can you do with no money? They can't even imagine.
Yeah, they can't even imagine it.
Yeah, because most people without money they're not going to do
Nothing's going to happen.
No, but I probably at the right time in this world because with social media.
Right.
So I completely use social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I do a post on there, and I'm looking for like-minded people to turn up.
Yeah.
I go to a certain village, and in Konkani they say, "Are," because they've not experienced a fest in the past, and they say, "Are, no, corn your passoi na," means nobody's going to come for your fest.
They are a bit hesitant. They are doubtful.
They're all
They're wondering,
doubtful.
who is this guy? Why does he want to do this? And what's in it for him?
All that is happening.
Yeah.
But I never go to a village unless I'm invited. Somebody,
So someone who knows you
yeah,
from that.
who has seen me at another fest.
Yeah.
So what they don't realize in the villages, all the festivals that is happening at the moment in all the villages are religious or controlled by the government.
Yeah.
So theirs is basically with money. They get a band, whatever.
Yeah.
Ours is opposite. So we have people from across Goa descending on a village. So Valpo yesterday had people come from all over Goa.
Yeah.
And then I was introducing them to the audience. I said, look, Mr. Willy Goes is the ex-principal of the art college. And they would gasp, oh my God, he's come to our village. And somebody else I was introducing. So our festivals attract people from all over Goa. And when they are there on the spot, then I said to Willy, can you speak about the Gumot?
Yeah.
Him being the principal spoke. He said, look, the Gumot is so and so, he's going to the world. Marius has been involved in that. So we know, people who come, they can share knowledge. Now, out of all this traveling, and a lot of young people have been inspired, a lot of people have got jobs, are working all across the world through the festival. They've been actually found at the festivals. And I then
Let's
post,
sit maybe over here.
I then post something on Facebook and Twitter, and with social media, everything flies.
Yeah. Fortunately.
So,
Yeah. So now the next iteration,
Yeah.
which is now you've said that 101 festivals, and
Yeah.
there are rumors that now you don't want to do any more festivals, which I don't think anyone's going to allow you to do. You'll have to
No.
keep going, Marius, for the sake of all of us. But you have something in mind.
No. So at the moment, yesterday only we had 4 or 5 villages who had come there asking me come to their village. So at the moment, what's been happening for the last 25 years, I'm just crisscrossing Goa.
Yeah.
And our festivals as such, it doesn't happen in one day.
One
I have to
place.
go meet the people, see the skills,
Yeah.
like-minded people. So it takes a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I've had a few people who've been driving me there. I don't drive, so people drive me there, bring me back.
Yeah.
Somebody gives me accommodation, and so on has been carrying on. But I've reached a stage now where instead of me traveling the whole
Right.
place,
Mm.
we wanted to have it in house.
Yeah.
So if I can get a house or a place in Goa, we've got one property of our own which we are working on, or anybody can give me a property anywhere in Goa.
Yeah. So you'll
That
do it
will
at
be
one
the-
particular
yeah.
place, and every
Yeah.
week it will be there.
Yeah, see, I've got, as you said, over 100 festivals,
Yeah.
and there are only 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every week according to the season, like let's say at the moment,
Yeah.
there would be 1 week would be Kazunche Fest, the next week would be Ambache Fest, and the next week would have been Ponsache Fest.
Yeah.
Because those things are actually growing
Yes,
now.
yes.
So every week we could have a festival, and the idea would be like a Festa God of Festival Niketan. So people would come from across the world,
Yeah.
visitors would be there in the house, they'll have a small place where they can eat, drink, cook and live and meet people. And there would be workshops, because we got so many workshops
Yeah.
we've done.
Yeah.
And singing, dancing, music. Basically, it would be a little Goa within a house.
Right.
That is the idea I have in my head. And there are a lot of people who want it to happen, but they say you can't stop.
Exactly.
So,
No one's gonna let you stop.
yeah, I mean, well, because
and I hope you also don't want to stop. so-
yeah, no, but basically I want to do it in one place.
Yeah, it's easier. The
Yeah,
logistics are better.
and not only that, then schools can visit me,
Yeah,
colleges can
yeah,
come, and
yeah.
we can show them.
Right.
So many things can be shown
Yeah.
instead of us traveling all over Goa.
Yeah, yeah.
So soon we will hopefully in the new year, which is after the rains.
Yeah.
Bonderam is in Divar in August.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if everything works out. Then we start with a new journey after 25 years.
Wow. Awesome. Great, Marius. It's been awesome. I mean, I've visited, I think, at least, 4 or 5
Yes,
fests of
yes,
yours, you
yes,
know,
been-
from
been-
Bondera to the
Yes,
last one that I came
yes,
for, and a
yes.
couple of others.
Yes, yes.
So and every time there's always something new that I see,
Yeah.
that I witness, that I
Yeah,
experience, and
yeah.
it's very rare to see, honestly, because a lot of Goa is now just becoming very commercial, which I guess, you know, you have to do that as well. So
Yeah,
there's both
yeah,
that
yeah.
needs to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're one of those rare, unique breeds that's still doing this.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean
power
the
to you.
main idea is about
Yeah.
connecting communities.
Yeah.
And empowering people, and people who have been, you know, not. There are a lot of communities that are not part of the mainstream.
Yeah.
So we try and get as many people in, and now because of social media, people know Festamkar and what to expect.
Yeah.
So a lot of younger people are coming, which
Yeah.
is great news.
Great. Super, Marius. I hope you continue and, you know, for a long, long time to come.
Yes.
And thank you for what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
brilliant, and I
Yeah.
hope to see you again at the next one.
Yes,
And
always.
thank you for this awesome passoi, this beautiful venue, Marius.
This
But no,
is-
this is a nice location, and I'm glad we had our own little passoi over here, which is also something that happens at your fest.
Yeah. We
You know,
started
so-
Passoy 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great place because we're
Yeah,
on the river
yeah,
bank
let's
of the
just
Mandovi.
Show them the Mandovi over there.
Miramar.
Yeah.
Praise
that
Mark is
side.
on the other
There's
side.
Marius on the other side.
And this is Central Panjim, which
Yeah.
is the children's garden,
Yeah.
and very a favorite of lots of schools and colleges.
Yeah.
So good spot to be.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay, Marius.
Thank you so much, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll meet again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great, super. Okay, thanks.